Today we're going to be solving and graphing two-step inequalities. So the steps to solve are going to be exactly the same. You're either going to add or subtract and then multiply or divide based on what you have. When you graph inequalities, remember those are problems that have less than or greater than. And if you see those, then you use an open circle to graph. If you see less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, you use a closed circle to graph. And then you draw your line on a number line. So let's come over and look at some examples here. So first we have negative 7b plus 19 is less than negative 16. The big thing you need to remember is that you need to flip if you are multiplying or dividing by a negative. So how am I going to know that? The coefficient by the variable is going to be negative. So that means I have to flip the direction of the inequality. And now I'm going to go ahead and solve. So you've got subtract 19. And negative 16 minus 19 is negative 35. And you'll divide by negative 7. So B is greater than 5. Another way to write this is to say that B is less than, or 5 is less than B. Both of these are the same answer, so you need to remember that. B is always bigger than 5 regardless. So now we'll put an open circle on 5, and B is everything greater, and greater numbers are to the right. In our next example, we have 13 minus 11d is greater than or equal to negative 79. So if you wanted to rewrite this, you could. You don't have to. You're going to see that we have a negative 11 in front of the d, so that means we are going to have to flip the direction of the inequality, so greater than becomes less than or equal to, and now we're going to solve. And 79 minus 13 gives you 66. You're dividing by negative 11. So D is less than or equal to negative 6. So I'll mark negative 6 on my number line. Use a closed circle and draw my arrow. And remember, D is less than or equal to negative 6. So D is smaller. So you could say that negative 6 is also greater than or equal to D. Both are the same. For the next one, we have some fractions, so we're going to go ahead and we can change all those fractions to decimals if you choose. You could also multiply everything to cancel out your fractions as well. Today I'm going to rewrite it as using decimals, so I'm going to use 1/4 is 0.25 x plus 1/2 is 0.5. Now you're going to notice that the less than symbol is facing the variable. So the less than symbol still needs to face the variable, and then 7/8 is 0.875. Now I'll go ahead and solve. So I'll subtract a half. And 0.875 minus 0.5 is 0.375. And I'll divide by 25 hundredths. Oops, forgot my variable. So x is less than or equal to 1.5. So I'll come down on my number line, and I will put a closed circle on 1.5, and 1.5 is less than x. So x is everything smaller. And then the last thing